Hey everybody, this is Sarah Harnish. I'm a Diamond in Young Living and I'm the author of the Game Plan book. Game Plan is the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver, and you have found boot camp training tonight. I'm so grateful to have you on. Thank you. This training is a little bit different than the ones that I have done in the past because for the very first time I'm training you how to run a boot camp yourself. So you're going to watch this video for just a few minutes. And then I'm going to post the day 2 video, and that's the actual physical boot camp that I want you to click on and watch the whole thing because it's going to get your leaders swimming in the same direction, all right, in the same direction. So we added a new page to the website, and it just puts everything in one place and makes it easy for you to be able to share. I'm going to flip my camera around and show you what that looks like. If you go to, this is the main game plan page, but if you go to oilabilityteam.com, and you go under start here, there's 2 buttons for boot camp. Now there's the actual boot camp, and then there's a button that says how to run game plan boot camp. You just click on that, and it's going to take you to our master page here. This is for your leaders to be able to train to be able to duplicate the system, because when you have duplication, that's when you really feel the power of game plan. It's so effective and so efficient. We have seen a huge growth on our team using this as a system. So the page starts out with a little FAQ. What is boot camp? Game plan was written in 2016 as a way for leaders to understand the ins and outs of Young Living and to swim in the same direction as a cohesive team. Most of us have never run a successful network marketing business before, but Young Living works if you know the pitfalls, if you avoid getting sidetracked and distracted, and if you do the actions that cause your business to grow. When it was launched, 170,000 people were on the very first boot camp, and it became a movement. And since then, thousands upon thousands have successfully used Game Plan to rank up. It's just been such a blessing, and that wasn't my intent when I wrote it. It was just so that my leaders stopped asking me the same questions over and over again. But God has taken it and just done something amazing with it. Game Plan sold 1.5 million books in a year, and 2 years later, it's still topping the business charts as the world's largest bestseller on Amazon. So it's in the top 40 on the business charts, and I'm really excited to say it's the only Young Living book in the top at all for business, and I'm the only girl at the top of the charts also for business, and that's huge because we want to educate people about what we do, right? We want network marketing not to have the stigma that it has attached to it, and with you out there doing what you do, that's how we change the perception of our business. Then it's not just a pyramid scheme every time we're talking to somebody, right? They're like, oh, that network marketing thing. Yeah, I had this friend that did really well in it, right? I had a friend that was very successful at that. Or, oh, I think I've heard about this before. And there aren't these negative vibes, but you're part of the movement that turns that language around, right? So what else is on the page over here? This is something we did just for you guys to make it easy to share. Does bootcamp actually work? We got 1,100 5-star peer reviews on Amazon. Over 8,000 people that have written me directly saying that they ranked silver, gold, platinum, diamond. The forward of the 2nd edition, written by Ali Wanker, that's Gary's physician, took the system. He took Game Plan and went from gold to crown diamond in a year. Game Plan is what got me to diamond. I ran a Game Plan boot camp on my team. The first time that I ran it, we had a 30,000 OGV increase. The second time that I ran it, we had a 70,000 OGV increase, and I hit diamond from my own book. So that was in February of 2017. And we just ran another series of Game Plan boot camps. My OGV last year was 274, and my OGV right now is 731,000. So that's what happens when you train to train to. When you wrap this boot camp up and you take 2 different people through it, and those 2 take 2 different people through it, and those 2 take 2 different people through it. That's the power of duplication and multiplication. You know, when you go out and you teach a class, you taught one class, right? When you teach a class and you train your leaders to teach a class, say you have 5 leaders that teach a class, then you just taught 6 classes in the same amount of space. That's what duplication does for your team. And it works when you're doing it with leader training also, because when they're working through boot camp, then they're learning distractions, they're learning excuses, they're learning strategy, they're learning the comp plan, they're learning everything. It's the only book with everything in one place. Everything, literally, almost 400 pages, all in one place. So why the 2nd edition? Second edition, because after I went through boot camp and after I did it with you guys, I stepped back, and you're at a different level of leadership each time you rank. I wrote that book as a platinum. We've been diamonds for a year and a half now, and so you glean wisdom from every single place that you're at in your business. And one thing I really wanted to speak to was the crowd that said, I'm trying this, but it's just not working. Like, I keep trying and I can't seem to connect with people, and they're buying kits from other people, or it's leading to no kit sales. So I wanted to flesh out how to talk to people that you don't know. So the second edition has 10 pages. It's a whole blowout on how to talk to people and the art of the relationship. Matter of fact, after I wrote that chapter, I felt that we needed an entire book on that topic. So for the last year, I've been writing a precursor to Game Plan, which we're hoping to release at convention this year, called Unstuck. So Game Plan's actually going to end up being book 2, and Unstuck's book 1, and Game Plan 2 is going to be book 3. It's going to be a trilogy together. But Unstuck just dials it back a little bit and says, okay, you're not getting results with having kit sales. You're giving out samples and it's not leading anywhere. You're teaching classes and they're going and signing out under other people. What's the missing piece here? And so I spent an entire year going through and looking at every way people were sharing: Instagram, Vimeo, Facebook Live classes, in-person classes, vendor events, corporate classes, lunch and learn, sip and sniff, you name it. I went out and collected every way I could find that people were teaching classes. And then I categorized them into 16 different types of training. And then I end the book with 4 scripts: one for savvy, one for Ningxia, one for thieves, and one for oils. And I give you 4 different scripts to try. There's a whole section on writing your personal story, how to share from the heart, and how to start every single class with your story, because that's what's going to connect with people. And then there's a whole thing on how to close powerfully, and have closes that lead to kit sales, and how to hit people's spiritual core so they understand the why behind oiling. And it's not just, oh, you're trying to sell me something. It's way, way, way beyond that. Unstuck is the name of it. And it came from the second edition of Game Plan. All right. It came from the new content that was in here. After I wrote this chapter, I'm like, you know what? We can do more. I can do even more with this. And so it's another book as big as Game Plan. It's going to have a workbook. We're going to do a boot camp. I'm really excited. And it's for all the people that are distributors, stars, for the people that hit silver once and then lost it, haven't been able to maintain rank, for the people that can't seem to get over executive. It's for that group of people. Because I know that place. I see it in my own leaders. I plateaued for 8 months at Diamond and at Platinum as well. And so I just have a real soft spot. And standing in book signing lines too with you guys, and just hearing your heart and hearing where you're at, it really hit me in a very deep place. Unstuck was a very emotional book for me to write, because I keep hearing your stories. So I'm sitting there writing through tears, and I'm just broken because I want this freedom for you. I want you to experience the same thing that John and I have experienced. Yes, so there will be an Unstuck boot camp. We're going to do it all again. And I have so many more things up my sleeve with Unstuck. I'm so excited about it, but I can't talk about all of that right now. So what I want to focus on tonight is the logistics of how to run a boot camp. Like, what does it physically look like for your team? So we're just going to talk about logistics, and then I want to talk about worthiness with you. But I try to keep these videos to 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want these to be a full length, full boot camp video, because you still got to go watch boot camp tonight. So I'm going to do this in about 5 minutes. So when I am running a boot camp on my team, what does that look like? What does a boot camp look like? It's pretty simple. I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you. First thing I do is I go to the oilabilityteam.com website, and I go to start here, and I go to Game Plan Boot Camp, and I click on it. All right. There's 2 boot camps on this page, and you're like, why on earth are there 2 boot camps? Because you guys told me if I took the original boot camp down, you would hurt me. So I left it up. I haven't touched it. It'll be free forever. It's 25 days long. Those videos are like an hour and a half each. But the number one thing that we heard was that your leaders weren't sticking with all 25 days and seeing it through to the end, because it was so much of a time commitment. So in July, I shot a second boot camp, and we did it double time. So there's only 12 videos, not 25. And most of the videos are 30 to 45 minutes, which means I'm teaching a chapter of the book in 15 minutes instead of an hour and a half. So it's a lot tighter and a lot more concise of a boot camp. There's an FAQ. So when I'm getting ready to run a boot camp with my team, I will use the countdown graphics to tell them, get your books. We're getting ready to do a boot camp. Here it comes. Get ready. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. We're going to run in the same direction. I'm going to fire you up. This is going to lead to huge growth for you. So I will, the day before boot camp, I'll post post the FAQ video just to kind of get them ready with the most common questions they might have. Then when we're ready on day 1, I will just click on the video and post it to my page. And now we have also in the How to Run Bootcamp videos page, which is not this page, it's up here. It's right under this, How to Run It, the one I showed you earlier. We're going to have write-ups for you, so you don't even have to think about how to engage with your team and how to get them to respond to you. You literally just copy the link up here. You just copy it. You paste it to your page. You just do a right click, copy, and you paste it to your page. And then you can paste the write-up that I have in there also. So the write-up for the first one has to do with their why, because the whole first video is why do a Young Living business? What are the reasons people do it? What's my story? Does it get results, right? We got to capture them in the first video. So in the first video, I'm asking, what's your why? That's a leading question. So there's text that you're going to be able to just copy and paste right in. So you grab the link, you grab the text, and you just paste it right onto your business page, or you paste it right onto your personal page. Or if you're running, maybe you're doing it with 2 leaders and you're just doing it on Facebook and you got a little Facebook IM going, you just paste it right into the Facebook IM. Maybe you set up a Facebook event and you're running with 5 leaders, some of your new business builders. You just paste it right into that event. And it's very, very simple. So you're doing that for 12 days. Then what I do is as soon as I posted it and they've watched the video, I engage with them. So you asked a leading question at the top of the video. What is your why? They're going to respond and answer you with what their why is. So then you engage with them. This gives you a chance to learn your leaders. I pull my game planner out. I write things down about my leaders, ways that I can pray for them. I encourage them, and you're building momentum on your page and you're getting your leaders to engage with you. And it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. The first day, they're going to tell you a lot of stuff about themselves. You're going to be like, whoa, I'm not a counselor. What did I get into, right? But it allows you to learn your leaders on a much deeper level, right? So today, what are you going to do for day 2? You're going to go to the day 2 video, you copy the link, all right, and you paste it on your business page and you post the leading question so that they're engaging, right? And then they're going to answer that question underneath the video or wherever you want them to answer the question. They're going to answer that question and you engage with them. And this allows you to have an accountability system. Then I ask them, did you read your book? Did you read 2 chapters in the book? And did you do 2 worksheets? And then the worksheets provide a source of dialogue also. Show me pictures of your vision board. Show me what is your top excuse? What is the place you fall? What's your biggest distraction? How can we work through the distraction together? What's something you think you can do to get over that distraction, right? And so you're asking these leading questions, whether it's out of the homework, whether it's out of the book, whether it's off of the video. I will have a new question for you every single day that you can post after they watch the video. So how do they complete a boot camp? They watch all 12 videos every day. They watch 1 video. They read 2 chapters in the game plan book, and these are very short chapters. There's none in here that are super, super long. And then they do 2 worksheets in the game plan workbook. And many of you guys have asked me, well, okay, do we need to do the workbook? Like, do we have to do it? Guys, this is their accountability system. This tailors the entire program directly to them. The book is just a book that tells them things about Young Living. The workbook makes it applicable to them. So the workbook is going to get them writing their open, writing their close, telling their story, drawing up their business budget, writing down their warm market, making a list of the people they know. So this is a very hands-on experience that they take to build their business. And it's really important that they have this in their hands. And the second edition matches the second edition of the book. So when they get to the very end and you've done all 12 days at the very end, then we have one more bonus video that I threw in here with the game plan appendixes. So this trains them how to use the appendixes, which are just liquid gold. They're just absolutely amazing. I mean, the first appendix is what got me to Diamond. So reading the script, the 101 script, I read it 288 times. I give you the script in the appendix of the game plan book so that you can go out and duplicate it and teach it yourself. One of the things that I added to the second edition, and we'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow night, is a tribute to Gary Young and how your leaders can learn a little bit more about Gary, specifically how they can study him and study his writing and study his work. And so in the game plan appendix, there's this last video, there's a whole tribute to Gary in it. So they understand the culture of Young Living and why Young Living over other oils companies. So I do the 12 days. And then if they're going through game plan withdrawal after you finish the boot camp, say, hey, you know what? I got one more video for you. Go ahead and watch this one. This is a whole tribute to Gary Young. She shot one more video for us just to wrap things up as a team. All right. And then we'll talk about what you do after after we get through all 12 days later. But the thing that I wanted you to know is you're going to copy the link, you're going to write the leading question, and then you're going to engage with them as they answer that question. And have accountability on your page for them watching the video, reading the 2 chapters in the book, and doing the 2 worksheets. In 12 days, your team is literally trained inside out and upside down. I don't know anything as comprehensive as this that packs this much into this much space, because they're getting everything. Comp plan, and a lot of people are like, well, they just need the IPAs. They just need the income producing activities. They just got to get out there, share, sign them, get them on Essential Rewards, and train leaders. Like if they just focus on those 3 things, they're going to grow their team. That's true. That is true, but there's got to be space somewhere in your business to explain to somebody what a sponsored enroller is, or to explain to them how they get paid, or how to log into the virtual office, right? They have to know those isms of the business also, and this is the only book out there with all of it in it, right? It's got everything. The whole thing. It's amazing. So if you like Game Plan, you can bless me back and say thank you by going to Amazon and leaving me a review. That just means so much to me, because your peers are going to buy this book based on what they read. And if they get up there and they see really positive reviews, then it tells them, hey, other people have been blessed by this, right? Other people have grown. So I'm going to give you a little tease for tomorrow night. The topic is going to be focused on leadership for you guys. And I'm just going to hold something up. John and I almost hit Crown in November. We did not hit it. We were 19,000 short from hitting it. But we almost hit Crown. And there's a reason why we didn't hit it. There's a reason why. It's because I didn't think I was ready for Crown yet. I didn't feel like I had attained the level of leadership I needed to be able to be a Crown Diamond in Young Living. There's only 45 of them in a $2 billion company. It's a huge honor to be a Crown Diamond. And I didn't feel worthy. And I went and did a series of leaders retreats with my team in December, a bunch of them. And one of my leaders gave me a bracelet that says worthy stamped into it. And it meant so much to me. And so tomorrow night, I'm going to talk about worthiness and about leadership and about what you need as a leader to feel equipped, and who provides that. And so if you're in that place where you just don't really feel adequate, or you feel like you've been stuck so long that nobody's going to follow you, nobody's going to pick up what you have to put down, that you don't have what it takes to do this, you really don't want to miss tomorrow night, okay? You really don't want to miss it, because I want to speak to that from a very humble and raw place, because I literally just walked it myself. So I just want to walk through that with you, all right? So get on tomorrow night. I'll shoot another video. We are collecting these videos also. This is not the actual boot camp. The actual boot camp video I'm going to post in about 2 minutes, but we're collecting these videos for the leaders too that are training to train to, and we're putting these on my team, the team website, oilabilityteam.com, so that your leaders have access to some coaching as they're leading their own boot camps as well, forever. All right. Oh, I love you guys. You're so precious. You're worthy. You're worthy too. You're worthy too. So I love you. I'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 for day 3. This is not the boot camp video. Get on in a minute or two, refresh the page on Facebook, get on and go watch the actual boot camp video for day 2, and then copy the link, put it on your business pages, and ask that leading question, and engage with your team. Engage with them and learn your leaders, right? Learn your leaders. That's how you build that momentum on your pages, is by building that culture, that team culture on your page. And that only happens when you guys are engaged. And you get engaged by asking leading questions and running through this as a team, running through those raw places in your life, running through your whys and your excuses and distractions, running through all that together. That's how you build that culture on your team. So I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30. Bye.